Talking about your Netflix subscription, I hope they
Yeah.
don't increase prices here in Nigeria.
Well, I didn't see Africa, and
Yeah,
I
Africa
hope
is not there.
I think perhaps they are testing the waters. If they test the
Right.
waters in Europe and the UK, they might just come to Nigeria. I mean, if
We have a cost of living crisis here, I don't think we need
they
a
have in the
subscription
UK
increase
too,
right
they
now.
have in Europe. It's
Right.
everywhere. So
Anyway, I'm going to jump on your subscription if they do that.
no sharing of passwords.
No sharing of passwords. Oh my goodness. Well, that's what we have to go through now. But let's look at the crypto space now. Let's look at the color for the crypto space. I'm talking about the color, either red or green. We know this morning is quite red right now in this market. We're seeing huge pockets of red and just a few green pockets there, talking about the sentiment in the market. All right, Bitcoin there holding $28,328, down 1.35%. Ethereum, $1,552 there, down 1.36%. So we're seeing big drops across board right there in the crypto space. Binance there, that's the native token for the Binance exchange. That's $209, down 1.59%. So we're seeing almost 2% drops right now with Cardano at 24 cents, 1.75%. That XRP losing that 50 cents level. It's maintained that level for a while now, but it's lost it 48 cents, 1.62%. So we're seeing huge drawdowns right there in the crypto space. Let's look at the top gainers counter now. Let's see who's topping that. We see BSV there, Bitcoin SV, topping the counter, $42.28. Did break that $40 resistance there. So investors are expecting more upside potential after breaking a tough resistance of $40, 6.47% up. And Mantle, also on the top gainers counter, 32 cents, up 2.61%. So let's bring in Romeo Ofi now. We see Elon Musk back in the news again, like he never left, maintaining Tesla's Bitcoin holding. Let's bring in Romeo Ofi now, financial market analyst. Great to have you, Romeo. Good morning.
Good morning, laddie. Good morning.
Yeah, so we see Elon always in the news, and I believe we have a song about Elon right here in Nigeria, talking about all these Elon Musk boys, but he's back in the news again as usual. And Tesla has again opted to maintain its Bitcoin holdings, marking the 5th consecutive quarter without any changes. What are you seeing here?
I think, laddie, I must tell you, Elon Musk should be called the real Bitcoin maxi right here, because he has been holding it really strong. At some point, we know that Tesla was holding about $1.5 billion in their balance sheet for Bitcoin, and because of certain concerns, he had to sell about 75% of their holdings in their balance sheet because of environmental concerns, really. So, but now having very good amount, I think about 9,720 Bitcoin in their balance sheet, which is also very significant amount to hold as a company. I think they are the third largest company holding Bitcoin. It is very, very good coming from him. He believes in the technology, he believes in the future of payment, and he believes in money. So to say, all of these things are very, very well for someone of his caliber, giving very huge backings to the industry. But eventually we might see him going back again because some of those concerns have been actually attended to, and hopefully not a financial advice, but if the world richest man, for example, is getting into Bitcoin, so I could wonder what some other innovators are looking at.
Right, and definitely, I know some investors, like to swim, with the whales. That's a strategy for some investors. So if we hear news that Elon has offloaded some Bitcoin, do you think investors should follow that?
So the truth is, a couple of persons actually has seen Elon Musk as a signal to get into the market. But if you ask me, that is not coming from a standpoint of knowledge. The truth is that the technology has come to stay. What I would advise certain persons to do is to read the Bitcoin white paper, which is very, very important. You need to understand the nitty-gritty, the fundamentals, what makes this really unique from the traditional financial system. So, but for those that don't know, it could serve, that don't understand the space, it could serve as influence for them to do certain things. But I don't think it's it's a good thing to do because a couple of persons got themselves burnt, their hand burnt, if you ask me, from the Dogecoin influence that he got into, and it's not really a funny thing at the end of the day.
Right, and now let's look at geopolitics. Now it's still on the front burner right now. Talk to me about the role of Bitcoin in all of this. We're seeing more with the Israel-Hamas conflict. We're still not done with Russia-Ukraine, and we did see Bitcoin play a role in the Russia-Ukraine war. What are you seeing for this Israel-Hamas war?
Yeah, so we've gotten a report over time that they've actually been donations from to the Hamas guys, the terrorist group controlling Gaza, to finance this war, and it has been figured out. Like I usually tell people here in Nigeria, the truth is, if you're trying to commit crime using cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and a couple of others, you're just making a mess of yourself because you could be caught. So it is a very a transparent system. It's an open ledger that can be checked, and they've seen that certain transactions have moved over time. I think about from 2021 2023. They've been donations from about 60 to about 93 million in dollars. So, but traditional media is making it look like, oh, crypto is a bad thing because of all of these. But we've seen how exchange platforms like Binance came to play a role in all of these to make sure that those monies were seized by the Israeli authorities, and also certain accounts have been flagged. So kudos to some of these things. It makes it really clear that certain things that have happened that are not good, they've been captured at the end of the day. But it now goes back to intelligence at some point. If some of this information were out there earlier, I believe the Israeli authorities would have prepared themselves a bit better than what turns out at the end of the day with the attack.
Definitely, that came with a lot of help from centralized exchanges. Do you think decentralized exchanges can do anything, to flag, such bad actors?
So with forensic establishment like Chainalysis and the likes, so when certain amounts, huge amount moves on the Bitcoin blockchain, they have their software, their tools to see all of those things moving from one point to the other. So this can be telltale signs to what is going on out there. And you've seen certain things that have happened from countries like Iran and some other, even crypto hacks that have happened in the world that have been traced to North Korea with their Lazarus hackers and everything. All of these are made possible through some of those tools, be it centralized or decentralized platforms. You can see the movement, and the idea is at the end of the day, when some of these monies move, there will always be a point where the bad actors want to flip it for cash. That is where some of the policies that are being implemented in the world today, for example, like travel rule comes in, where exchange platforms can share information on where it goes to. Even if you are using decentralized exchange platforms, at some point, some of this money will move, a proceed of them is going to move to centralized exchange platforms.
All right, talk to me quickly now about price action. What are you expecting, going into the weekend? We're seeing a drawback, right now after the, shall I call it a scam pump with that ETF spoof news there, popping Bitcoin to about 30,000. What are you expecting for the weekend?
The truth is that let's take advice of Warren Buffett. When everybody's excited, be worried, and when everybody's worried, be excited.
Right. Good words there. Thank you so much, Rumi Ofi. It was great having your perspective. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Laddie.
All right. So, Ini, there you have it. Where you say excitement, run.
I thought you would embrace excitement. Why
I guess you have to run away.
Depends on the kind of excitement.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Laddie, thank you so much. See you at 1:30.
See you.
So that's it on the program today. Thank you so much for being a part of this 55 minutes of current and relevant business talk on. Fortunately, we had a lot of not so good news for Nigerians, but it's our reality, and we need to face it, and we need to get out of it by ourselves. So let's do everything in our little corner to handle the economic issues we have in the country. But remember, you can watch Business Morning at any time on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/channelsweb, and look for Business Morning, and then you watch it at any time. Maybe you need to hear that information again. I'm Ini John Mekwa, and have a good day. Bye-bye.